Oops. Oh, not doing a very good job. Ah, I was never very good at that game anyway. That was just a warm-up. So I have to reach over to reset to go back to the menu. Use the space bar. And I'm going to press the 1 key. I should put the computer closer. This is one of the first games I played for the MSX. Oops. So you get bonuses for picking up the flags and the fish. In a way, it's like a racing game. Oops. And you have to reach the next base before the timer expires. Oops, that's just a slow down, not a complete stop. Go. So like a lot of these games, you have stages and you've just got to try and complete them as fast as you can. And there's actually a sequel to this game as well, which I didn't know existed back in the day at all. combination of speeding up, slowing down, jumping at the right time. So I did that one slightly slower than the previous one. Let's see how far I can get. Walrus got me. Fish going everywhere. Just the the fact that the games have the multiple stages, it does a little dance in between each thing. It just makes them more professional and like the arcade games that were around at the time. So the combinations are getting harder, and it is harder when you're going around corners as well. Still got plenty of time. We'll start to run a little bit on time then. Definitely got harder. I said you can slow down, but if you slow down for too long, you won't finish the course in the allotted time. Yeah. Only just. Oops. No, I thought I was doing badly. We actually did better than the previous one. So that's the South Pole. Oops. So it is like a driving game in a lot of respects. I'm amazed I'm still going. I haven't actually finished this game for quite a long time. Can't make any promises. Could go downhill. That was a lot of ones in a row. Okay, getting some serious progression. How you going, Wooter? I don't know what the lag is, but whoops. I have a rare day off. Whoa. That was a complicated section. Oh. Ah. Too many walruses. Ooh. We cut it fine, that one. Number 7, go goat. Yes, he's a fast penguin. The ice must be very slippery. Ah, great start. I said, oh, oops. I haven't finished this game for a long time. Yes, this is definitely getting harder. How many games? It's about 40. Hang on, I won't go and grab the thing because it doesn't actually pause. It's actually a really good cartridge. I mean, it's not official, but it's an excellent way of playing all these original Konami titles. Even though I do have real copies of most of the ones on this, I don't have all of them either. Oops. Yeah. Uh-oh. No. Did I say it was getting hard? Sorry, there's no way I can look at the chat screen. Oh God. How to miss every single flag. Oh, bloody walrus. Oh, at least you've got a fish. Good shot. Oh God, I've got heaps to go. Oh. Welcome to Walrus. Oh, cutting it fine. Toshiba High 10, yeah, it's that's not a bad system. That one, that was quite a few of those sold over in Europe, especially the UK. This run can't last. Bad run of those. Hello, thanks for joining. I've probably... Oh, I actually made it all the way around. I didn't actually notice that last time, so... I wonder it's getting so damn hard. I haven't actually done this, got this far in this game for quite a while. Oops. Oh, get the flag. I do believe I'm going to make it again. Unless I've just hexed myself. Saying that, I almost hexed myself. Okay, I am totally surprised. It's a nice relaxing game to play, except for the stress of failure, of course. Oh God, we're in big trouble now. That's the skin of the teeth sort of stuff. They made Dragon for the MSX. I haven't heard of a game just called Dragon. Oops. Oh. Definitely getting harder. New walls would come on eventually there. Spoil the fun. Double Dragon. Right. No, there is no actual Double Dragon for the MSX. There are a couple of fighting games though. Games that were before Double Dragon. Oops. One of those being ER Kung Fu. It's not a brawler though, it's just a one-on-one fighting game. Losing lots of speed. Got me anyway. in serious trouble this run. How's my health been? It's been okay. I've made a lot of progress since I had the operation on my neck. So I had an artificial disc and a disc fusion in my neck, which has stabilised things a lot. I still unfortunately do have a lot of damage in my lower back, but I don't actively take any major painkillers on a regular basis anymore, so that's a good thing. I still unfortunately do suffer from chronic fatigue, probably from all the years of medication, I don't know. So even though I'm working full time, I don't necessarily have much energy left at the end of the day to do anything else. So the time I do get to play games, or you know, when there aren't millions of family members around and stuff like that, sometimes I'm too tired to do anything, unfortunately. So it does seem to be improving slowly over time, though. Now, I was just going to have a quick game of each game, but I've actually gotten so far in this so far. I might as well keep going and see if I can actually get to the end. Mistimed that. That was pretty obvious. There we go. I'll tell you what, it does help that I have this arcade stick for the MSX. Otherwise I would not be able to play any of these games for even this amount of time. Makes a lot of difference. I remember when we had the MSX back in the day, a lot of the games actually did need 2 joystick buttons, and we had virtually no joysticks that supported that. So it's actually that's why a lot of the early Konami games, like Gradius as an example. Hey, how you going, Mark? I'm playing on my it's my pachinko arcade stick. So MSX machines were used as pachinko machines, arcade cabinets in Japan. And it's a wonderful arcade stick because it's a proper, you know, Japanese button joystick. It was sold as junk at one of the auction houses. I got it ages ago, and all it needed was a new cord. And actually didn't even need a new cord, I just shortened the cord that was there because it was broken. I had a wire broken near the actual console itself, so I just made it shorter. One day I should probably make a longer cord for it. That's a rather hard combination. We are almost to the end. It's been such a long time since we've got this far, I can't remember whether the game actually stops after you go around twice. You gotta time those just right. So I did all that other wonderful timing, and then this time something as simple as that. It's a lot harder when you're going around the bends. I've got a long way to go. So I hope everybody's doing well and keeping away from this nasty virus, and that their families well. We are extremely lucky down here in Tasmania. We are very close to having the virus completely starved. In other words, down to 0 active cases, even though we had a minor outbreak up in the north of the state, but that was totally due to a cruise ship person, where we got quite a few cases, where some silly official let all the people off the cruise ship without them properly being tested. Stage 20, how about that? Oh, and it actually keeps going. Alright, well, I'm not going to torture you with Antarctic Adventure any longer, guys. I will change games. So, I'll just go to picture for a second. Yeah, so that's what we're playing. Konami box, 40 games. And they're all the games. Okay. Even though it's not the best version, let's go for Time Pup. I remember being quite disappointed that this wasn't as good as the Coleco version. It's not the same game. Some of the early games don't. You have to use the keyboard. So, they have attempted to make it look better than the Coleco one, but in the end it doesn't end up playing as well. And excuse me while I probably do a very poor job. Oh. I think it's going to take me a little bit to get warmed up to this one. Did I say that wrong? Yeah, I'm going to have to reach over every time. That's going to be a pain. So it's got nice music. It's attempted to make the game look more colourful by, you know, having another colour in the main ship. Parachutes. There's no, you know, there's no bonus scores, so you have no idea other than getting a bit of a sparkly sound. See, that was probably a ouch. We'll at least get to the second time zone. I think that's the formation I just got then. I'll have one more go because I'm determined to at least show you guys the second stage. And yes, it is very easy for me to hurt my neck, which I just did. Yes, and my wife's working this evening at the hospital. She's not working with COVID patients. Whoa! Because we don't have many down here. See, the trouble with this game is not very hard to actually skillfully dodge things because you get virtually no chance to get away from the bullets. Right. Hey! Oh! Oh, I didn't have any chance whatsoever. But as you can see, they did try and make it a little bit more colourful, but it's very jerky and it just doesn't play like the arcade game, unlike the Coleco version, which does a much better job. Alright. I've had enough of bad shoot 'em ups. See, it could be really nice if I could select the game with the joystick button, which you can't, so I've got to press the space bar. Anyway, play this one. I actually only got my own copy of this one on cartridge very recently, and as you can see, it doesn't look anything. Once again, doesn't look anything like the Coleco version. It's actually very chunky. Nice music though. It is using lots of colour though, so I'll give it that. But why does it have to look so chunky? this is generous on your legs. Whoop! There we go. I died. I actually do have a Frogger arcade machine. The cocktail cabinet it's in is not mine, it's my mate Gary's. It's actually at my work in the rec room. And it's a good fun game because Frogger's hard and a game doesn't last very long, so it's perfect for a rec room. They have, of course, asked for something else like a Galaga or something like that. The cabinet it's in's only got one fire button, so it is limited to one fire button games. And it's not my cabinet, so I'm not going to rewire it. And it's set up for Konami games. Oh, that was close. But it is weird with this one. Having such large characters, it just doesn't feel right. The cartridge of the 40 games is a fan hack together of all of these cartridges, but all of the ROMs on them are the original ones. So as I said, I have an original of this particular game, and I actually haven't had it that long. It's one of the ones I got in the last year. Whoops, and there's a snake there. He's not very visible, but there is a snake there. Oh, and I've got the crocodile logs down, which messes up the timing. Alright, that's enough Frogger now. Next! Bit of Super Cobra. So this one's graphics look a little primitive, although they are quite colourful. But it doesn't play too badly. Oops, and I always forget the missiles do that. They don't go up in a normal. It's not the same as Scramble. Whoop. Balloon. Getting used to the fact that they go right across the screen and then come back in. Whoa! We need that fuel. Got him. You have mini clearance zones. Oh! Well, that's lucky. You're in trouble if you miss your fuel things. Oh, and I'm dead. So Super Cobra is actually quite a good game, and it's interesting that Super Cobra got converted to a whole lot of machines, but Scramble never did. Alright, let's try another one. I'm not going to play those. Right, let's go track and field. Let's test out my joystick. Yeah, finally up to a game that detects the joystick button. Now, this is probably going to make the table shake a bit. I apologise in advance. You qualified? Yes, sorry, it is going to make my camera shake a bit because it's on top of the monitor, on top of the little table I'm using. Can't be helped. Whoa! Yeah, completely foul. Ooh, qualify. Ooh, even better. I haven't played this for ages either. All of these games were absolutely fantastic back in the day because this was the game in the arcade at the time. And to have a version that looked as good as this available on the computer that I'd chosen as my computer was fantastic. And this and its sequel probably sold more MSX games for us over other machines in the shop that I used to work in. Oops, I got lucky on the first one. Than anything else did. I've qualified anyway, but let's see if I can beat it. Oh my god, fluke. That's right, we qualified. Now the only sad thing too soon is that there's only 4 games on each, 4 events on each cartridge. So you actually don't get the full arcade experience with one cartridge. And you can, of course, play this 2 players. And you could rig up a special controller so you can just press a button for the speed too. CPU beat me by a tiny weeny little amount. So there we go, I've done the 4 events, now it goes around and just gets harder. So if I would have spent the amount of money this cost back in the day, I probably would have been a little disappointed. So basically you go around again and the qualifying marks are harder. So I'm eliminated, there we go. Alright, let's try the next game. Earthquake. Alright, so Track and Field 2 has the other events. Circus Charlie, that's a good one. Oh, and it's annoying, I can't map the bloody fire button. Oh, you can make that if you're going fast enough. I'm sure you can. Oh. Never owned this one back in the day, can you tell? She didn't own many cartridges back in the day, but I don't think we had this one on the shelf for very long before somebody bought it. Whew. Then we have monkeys, as you do. And I just got knocked off the road by a monkey. Yeah, let's continue. Because I am hopeless. Nope. You can't even like pixel touch them. Oh. Oh! I can see the end. Yep. Unfortunately you have to play the whole stage again, not partial. I've got to remember about that. Quick button press, little jump. Big button press, bigger jump. No, I did big button press. After displaying such good skills at Antarctic Adventure. Oh! Did I miss the last jump? Oh, seriously. Okay, this set of lives, and then we're done. I don't want to torture you guys with me dying and dying and dying on the game. It's a great game. It does have quite a few stages. Oh, just terrible. Alright, I'm going to move on to this game. I'm not going to torch. myself or you guys. Need to get back to another shoot 'em up. Now, Magical Tree is a game that I don't own, and I would love an original cartridge of this one. So, this Indian dude. Kick those, which... Now, see the house, the white thing? That means something's going to come out. Like an owl. Yeah, or I could just leap into it and die. So, both buttons do the same thing. That's 1,000 points, that's cool. You can change size of the tree. Okay, gets us bonus. Oh, I can climb these ropes. Like that. Right. And like Donkey Kong, you have stage parts. Oh! Got done by lightning just as I was going after that knife thing. But as you can see, it's quite a cool little game. Got some Donkey Kong heritage. Now you said you better jump onto the vines from the side. Missing all sorts of bonus points here. I think the direction you hit the apple oh, it's gone away. I actually haven't played this a lot because I don't own a copy. Because I haven't wanted to spot. Oh, that was close. I haven't wanted to spoil it to myself too much before I got a copy. But I've never seen a copy for sale, I will say. No! Oh, and down I go. Lose all my progress. I don't know whether we have a time limit or anything. Okay. So that's a stage clear. Ooh, okay. Oh, I think I could make that. What the hell do I do now? Up there? Oh, thank you, Arcade Made. Whoops. Oop, there we go. I said I really have not played this game very much, so if it looks like it, I don't look like I know what I'm doing, you would be very much correct. So I said, I've never seen a physical copy of this ever. I'm not sure whether going for height is the best strategy. Yeah, so for that who've just joined me, yes, I have been of good health lately, so that's good. Whoops. And also my wife had a heart scare just for Christmas last year, but has endeavoured to lose a lot of weight. I've lost a little bit of weight as well. Eating better, try not to go crazy in at home all the time. It's just about everybody else is in the same situation. I missed out on those. So it's just something we've got to deal with, isn't it? Oh, and the owl got me. Alright, I'll stop playing that one because I don't want to spoil it for the one time in the future that I might get a copy of it. That's why I don't play a lot of, like, I do have SD card solutions for the MSX and other consoles, but I actually prefer to wait till I have a real copy of something. Big Bakery's good. I really wish. I could select that with the joystick. Okay, let's go. So you can stun these guys. That's it. You got to turn the machine on and get the stuff going through. And that gets two things on the cart. Now we've got to go back to the start of the machine. As you can see, the red light is flashing there. And you've got to stop him from knocking the stuff off as well. Oh. And you can't touch them if they're not stunned. Like that. That's it. So that gets the thing through. There's a lot of timing in this. Got it. Oh, we got another one. That's it. Right, so 5 PM, that's the day. We managed to serve 3 customers, 1 short, so 1 unhappy customer. So as you can see, it gets no, don't. No! There we go, we've got 1 cake through. good at doing the shooting up thing. Oh, I'm dead already. Yeah, that's... sorry, I'll catch up on this. So I've got a Vectrex. Oh yes, Vectrex is awesome. Frisky Tom. So Frisky Tom, is that referring to Comic Bakery or Magical Tree Wooter? But Comic Bakery is fun. Let's try another one. So Hypersports 1 are the more... Oh, why has the capture gone funny? What in the world's going on there? I might reset one. It looks fine on my screen. Capture card's gone wonky. No, we're still... What the hell is this? I've actually never had this problem before. It's rebooting the Elgato. Give that a second. Come on, capture card. Ah. And actually, look, it's interesting. Alright, it's actually, I don't think it's the Elgato, it's actually OBS that's having the problem. So I'm going to have to stop streaming, exit and start. Yay, I'm back. Okay, before rudely interrupted, I was talking about Hypersports. So Hypersports, you have the like the field sports, like the shooting and stuff like that, and swimming. It's actually, they're really good as well. But I don't want to give you, table shake issues. Cabbage Patch Kid is actually the same as Athletic Land, which is the game I started to start with, just rebadged with Cabbage Patch characters. Hypersports 2 is more of sports events. Now Hyper Rally is a rare racing game. Well, not rare as in rare to buy, just uncommon for racing games on the MSX. And it's not bad. I can't change gears. Sorry, I'm just having some control issues. Right. Oops. So your basic goal is obviously to keep on passing cars, and that gets you your rank. But you have to manage your fuel as well. I think those bad control issues to start with have done me in. Drat. Oh, how you going, Big G? I was focusing on the screen, my poor control. So you've got to stop accelerating and pull down quickly at the right speed to change up gears. And if you push forward, that actually seems to be the brake. That's why I was a little confused. It's very hard passing the cars on the corners. So we've got a fairly simple sound effects. So it's a very simple car game, but it was, for the time, doing this sort of graphics on the MSX was a little bit of a stretch at speed, so it's actually quite well done and quite colourful. There is actually a version of Outrun for the MSX. It's pretty much the same game as the one that's on the SG-1000. There we go. Disqualified. Right, so you need to pass a certain number of cars as well as not run out of fuel. I forgot about that. Alright, let's try the next one. So as you can see, there's night stages and all sorts of things, but since I obviously suck at it, we're not going to show you that one. Tennis. Tell you what, we're playing Sky Jaguar though. Just matter so we can get it through as many games as possible. I'm not going to do the sports ones, okay? Okay. This is one of my favourite games from back in the day. Not that I could afford to actually buy myself my own version of the cartridge, but it's not quite the same as some of the other releases, so it tended to stay in the store for a bit longer, so I got to play it. And it is a bit more of a sedate shooter, but it has quite well done graphics using multiple sprites to add colour to the sprites. The power-up system's fairly sedate. So we had single bullets, now we've got double bullets. I'm using my rapid fire on my arcade stick. But I like the detail on the enemies and how there are different ones of them, right? And it is not for any stretch of the imagination as easy as you think it is. You know, even these things shooting bullets as well as the you know, the laser fence that they're making. Well, that was close. We get this like bonus formation stage, which is quite cool. So now we get double the amount of bullets, which is great. And we get our boss, which I managed to dispatch. The Iridium MSX port, yes, that's actually very well done. One caveat to that, for the people who have Toshiba MSXs, Toshiba decided to not buy their Texas Instruments graphics chip off Texas Instruments. They decided to make their own. So they have a clone of the chip, and it doesn't quite run at the exact clock speed it's supposed to. So Iridium actually has a different mode for Toshiba users. It has to run slightly slower to get the timings right, because it's using a couple of tricks to achieve the smooth scrolling that it's doing. But it is a wonderful. It basically started with the person in was working on the thing with a smooth scrolling demo. I'm going to shoot those guys when they're open. As you noticed, you know, this game is not. It starts out sedate, so you can get into it, but it definitely continues providing more of a challenge as you go through it. Just, you know, unlike some other shooters, it doesn't have as, you know, as an impressive power-up system. Does help with a rapid fire button, doesn't it? God, that was close. Oh, and it got me. I've lost my power ups now. Oh God, he shot me from behind. Sod. Oh, God, they're nasty. And because it goes at such a slow pace as far as the stages and things like that, you actually forget that it keeps changing like this. Missed one. I'm lucky to have made it through that. No, shouldn't have pushed that. Yeah, a bit of jerky scrolling, yes. Yeah, Zenek had the same issue. MSX2, yes. Well, MSX2 introduces hardware vertical scrolling, plus a lot more video RAM, so you can simulate other types of scrolling and things, and bank switch, switch between video banks. So, and you actually have a few commands you can run in the video processor. So, MSX2 is a big advancement, and you can get some very arcade accurate games. Okay, next. Okay, once again I'm going to skip those. Yeah, Kung Fu. I'll have to play Kung Fu to show you that one. Okay, I can't guarantee I'll be any good at it though. No, he got me. Got him. So even though the MSX has a 2-button joystick, this game does not use it. So everything is a combination of the joystick and directions. I did warn you that we'd be lucky to toast. You do get a couple of lives though. Don't think it's fair that he gets a stick. He's getting worried. Yes. I'm really not very good at this game, so do not expect miracles. I'm surprised I've gotten to the second combatant. Well, that was a bit stupid. Ow. A water in the face. No. Ah. That got me. Fighting games became button smasher. Yeah, I'm going to leave that because I really am not very good at it. So, and actually, I don't think using an arcade stick does me any favours. It's the only disadvantage of my new setup. Well, look, you know, we have to play that one. This is absolute classic. Oh, pardon me. This is a puzzle platformer. Whoops, that is awesome. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Right, so you got to collect the gems. You can jump. Oh, you can jump over them, but you need the knife. With the knife you can throw it, but when you've got the knife you can't jump. So once you've got all the gems, you actually get the sound from one of my favourite arcade games, Tutankhamun. And then you can jump and you can exit. It's one of the reasons we used to like the game, because it's got the sound from Tutankhamun. But yeah, now we're up to the second stage. Now you get picks, so you have to actually do things in the right order. Right, see, as an example, now I have a knife, I can't jump. So we can get this one. Now, the tricky thing with this one, you think it's one screen. No, it's not. There are multiple screens. There are one-way doors. So we have a pick now. You've got to be careful about what you do. You can't, once again with the pick, I can't jump, right? I can only go and down ladders. Whoa. They sort of get grumpy after you knock them out. Now I think with this one it's important that you dig the hole in the right spot, not the wrong spot like I just did. Great. I have now wasted one. Come on. Don't actually really need a sword at the moment, but anyway. Now I've got to figure out how to get a pick up to that top section. And they're both there, so I'm basically screwed. So I can play this for ages. See, look, I can't, once again, I can't go up. Can fall down there now though, but there's too many guys there, and I've dug that hole and I really needed to combined into one super person at the moment, which is not good for me, I don't think. There you go, one's nicked off. You see, I can't. You see, I've completely messed this up. I'm just going to kill myself. So once again, this game, every time we got a copy, we would sell it almost immediately. So the chances of me being able to learn, spend any time on it and learn any patterns, are virtually non-existent. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Go away. God, they're both in bad spots. Alright, I probably shouldn't play that one, embarrass myself to show how bad I am and can't remember the patterns. But you've got to start, you know, from the second screen, you've got to start using things in combinations. There are plenty of spare pickaxes and things, but you've got to work out the right paths to be able to get to the spots. And then a bit of load runner, you know, esque stuff in it too, so it was good fun. I should play it some more. Okay, so Pitballs, once again, a title. I don't have the MSX game. Yes, I do. I've got a loose cartridge. It was also released by Casio. I keep forgetting about that, so I do. Lying. So it's a bit of a weird game. But as you can see, I haven't played very much. Oh. So we need to make our way through the garden, surviving and collecting as much of this stuff as we can. And I'd also like to note that it has smooth scrolling. So once again demonstrating that it can be done, but it does require a bit of development effort. So in a way this can be considered a shoot 'em up. There was a timer thing down there, I didn't see that. So from what started out looking like quite a simple game, this actually, ooh, I'm going fast now. Cool. This is actually not a bad little game. I finished the section. Woohoo! So we have to choose a direction, and then we get another scrolling thing. Oh, got me. No, got too ahead of myself there. So as you can see, this is actually not a bad game. You don't hear a lot about it. I have seen a proper Konami release box of this one, and I believe I've only got a loose Casio cartridge. And I didn't have one for a while. I bought the Coleco homebrew release, which is just somebody basically grabbing the code from the MSX and putting it over so it works on the Super Game module. Not strictly kosher, but yeah, it works. But then afterwards, I found a loose copy. So, and I will admit to having played that one that much. Okay, this one I have a copy, played back in the day. It's a very affordable MSX cartridge to buy, and highly recommended. Only thing to say about it is it's a little easy, but it's fun and it's really cool graphics. So your fire button is your speed. Pretty much if you crash into something, you need to immediately press in the opposite direction within like a second. Oh, this bonus heart. Close. I always press in the wrong direction. So every time you crash, you lose a hell of a lot of fuel. Oh, ran out of fuel and it didn't make it. Did I say something about this game being easy? That was embarrassing. No, let's call that's a demonstration of how not to play Road Fighter. So no gears or anything like that, it's purely concentrating on dodging cars and staying on the road. Got the bonus hearts. There is a technique. I actually recovered for once. There is a technique for the purple cars. I must be getting old. I chose poorly. If I crash again, I'm toast. And actually, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh, that was lucky. Oh! Vapor in the tank. Vapor in the tank. As you can see, there's quite a few stages, so this is a cool game. As I said, totally affordable for anybody to buy. Copies are out there, complete. It's even got a very nice box. Oops, and there are basically 2 levels of difficulty, and the course. When you get to the course, the game ends. Cars, and he doesn't crash on a purple car, crashes on another one. Once again, demonstrating with effort, you can do smooth scrolling on MSX. I'm just gonna know. Oh. Stop accelerating. Press in the direction that you're going, and you recover. Oh, missed it. Well, it's probably going to do us in. And we're out of juice. That would be in proper 10:30 AM. What's wrong with 10:30 AM? It's the apocalypse. You can have a beer whenever you want. Where's my beer? Yes, exactly. I should have one. That's the thing, I haven't actually gone outside the house for a few days. And I do not have any Guinness left. That is an absolute tragedy, I know. And I need to rectify this. Road Fighter, Ping Pong, Soccer, Hyperspots series. There's 3 Hyperspots. Now for one of my favourites. No alcohol? What are they trying to do to you, Big G? That's like torture. That's the only thing that's open here. You've only got supermarkets, chemists, doctors, and blinking, beer sales. I think there'd be a riot in Australia if they shut the bottle shops. All the pubs closed though. Okay. This game is extremely cool. So you have to find and rescue all of the children. All sorts of habits. You have a vitality meter, which I've just demonstrated. That's a helmet that helps. It makes you a bit tougher. So the key unlocks the thing. We get a potion in this case. That is the reason why I haven't played this game a lot on any sort of stream, is the very fact of the music that you can hear playing. It being Cyndi Lauper's. There we go. So that's. Oh, you sod. So as you can see, there are multiple screens. You don't carry one key at once too. Oh, I'm forgetting about those. Go away, you bully. So there's 2 kids. And these go through to different areas which are still part of the same level, right? Now I don't have a key at the moment, do I? No. There's a key over there. This, I've seen speed runs of this game, quite well done. God, we're running out of juice. Oh God! So I've still got 4 kids to go just for this level. But even, like it's got different music for different screens, which is pretty cool. So I did actually play this game quite a bit back in the day. Ooh. Damn. So as you can see, it's not a small game. Have I already got a key? No, I don't. We need another key. Oops. I said I'm not doing too bad for me. So I've got 2 more keys here. Oh, I've died. Well, we've been talking about beer while I've been not paying attention. Crazy going, hence all the looting happen. Yeah, looting would be bad. Cellar politics. It's 9:30 AM and I'm hammered. I'm sure I played Goonies on my Specky back in the day. This looks better. Yeah, it's a really good game. It really shows the system really well. Alright, let's see what's next. I can't remember. Ugh. Okay, next page, boxing. Yeah, Kung Fu 2, which is better. I will skip it because I'm hopeless at it. Let's go for Nightmare though. Big G's favourite. And one of my favourites as well. This really is a cool game. Oh, the movie was great. So, Nightmare is unashamedly a shoot 'em up. You have different things, so blue's just basically bonus, light blue. So those light blue ones just give you a bonus score. But simple things like the fact that the enemies have shadows. Light blue there gives me a shield. Only protects you from the front though. What's that? It blows up everything on the screen. Light blue's bonus points. You can't fall in the water. Right. Okay, so that was our weapon. I screwed that up very badly. It's alright. So now I've got flaming arrows, which are more rapid and actually do more damage. There we getting some knights, and once again done very well with multiple sprites. Right. So this is swords, which are quite rapid, cause a decent amount of damage. You get a bit of sprite flickering. So there's double arrows. It's one of those ones that you can get a bit too distracted, carried away with the power-ups. Go, the knights requiring a lot more hits to kill. There we go, use my shield then. So the shield will only last so many hits. Right, so this is the first boss, which is a witch. And she's harder than you think she is, so you've got to be careful. Especially the bloody... So unfortunate. And it takes one stupid little mistake and you're toast. Got up. Oh. So we get some new music and new stage, and we get some new enemies as well. Oh, I want my shield on. And these are impassable blocks. Get lots of bonuses for finishing off formations. One of our favourite clouds. Yes, it really was a great game. This, you know, if you've got an MSX and you get hold of a copy of this, it's definitely worth it. And it's starting to get up there in price, but you can get a copy for a reasonable price. And actually, usually you can get it complete because most people looked after their copy of Nightmare. Yeah, once you got the shield, yes. Yes, too many choices. That's probably one of the problems. You need to stick to your weapons. What is it? 10 to 7. I can keep going. Now, Twinbee, I don't think I actually have a copy of this. And this is the first version of Twinbee, I'd like to point out. So you need to shoot the enemies, but you also need to shoot the clouds to get the bells out. And then you can shoot the bells to turn them into power-ups. And you can actually bomb the ground targets as well, like that, see? But there's so much going on. Yeah, and then you get to pick up the fruit like that, see? So there's lots of different score multiplier. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice the... That's OBS crashing again. So I'm going to have to restart OBS, so give me a minute. Okay, we're back. I don't know why, that's the second time OBS, and it's OBS definitely, it wasn't any of the hardware bits and pieces. So maybe I need to manually download a new version of OBS. Alright, so I was happily playing Twinbee, so I don't own a copy of this, unfortunately. I do have the, once again, the Coleco borrowed source code version. Doing much better than the first time, wasn't it? So it's quite a cool game because it's got lots of play mechanics for building score and also your, you know, power-ups and things like that. And if you get hit, you do have with a bullet rather than a thing. Trying to get a power-up here, and I'm not even getting the bonus points. Ah. Can you tell that I don't own a copy of this one? I would love to own a copy of this one. I have bid on one in the past, but I draw the line at how high I'll go, and because it's a shoot 'em up, I would like it complete. So I have shied away from loose copies. So if you're going to spend all that money on a loose copy one, you might as well spend a bit more and get yourself a complete copy. Oh. I can't remember what a red bell does. Oh. I'm getting worse. Oh, got a big lot of text here. Yes. You have to go? Oh, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Yes, enjoying this so far. I should probably do this more often. I don't often get a night off to myself. My second eldest daughter is running dance classes inside the house anyway, and my young one is pretty good at looking after herself. I will have to go and make sure that food is served to appropriate them, numbers of them shortly though, so a couple more games before we call it quits. Okay, now Cobra is actually Cobra cubes. Now we're down into some of the other releases. So this one here is renowned for how bad it is. This is not programmed by Konami, and this is a travesty to the MSX, especially for a Konami game. Never should have happened. I mean, you can see these screens are clearly from like the Spectrum, and even this one, Spectrum. And I'm dead already. So you don't start with a gun. You have to push up. All you can do is punch to start with, right? So this is a clear. You can't let them jump over you, basically. So it's pure luck what comes out. It truly is an atrocious MSX game. Doesn't even attempt to use some features of the machine. So that they can't jump over you. It's as simple as that. And if you die, you go back to the start of the section. No choice. If you miss time anything, you're screwed. Right, I've got a weapon. Just run here and then you jump down. I can't remember how you actually fire it. It's just atrocious. Do not spend a lot of money on this. There are copies of it coming out all the time, and people try and pass it off as a yeah, here's a complete Konami game. It's all a complete pile of rubbish. It was one of the most disappointing game releases back in the day. Not programmed by Konami. Big mistake. My back's starting to get stiff. That's another disappointment. This is the last one. Goldclave's pretty good, and so is Puyan. So this is quite well done. I actually quite like the arcade game of this too. This is Konami and Hudson Soft. So I'm controlling So you've got to stop the naughty wolves from getting down the bottom, because then they climb down. Oh. And you're safe. Your top and bottom shelf are safe. Now some of the colour choices are a little funny. And you just got to time things right. Ooh, that was close. I normally do better than this. So this actually came out on a B card. It's one of the B card games, which I have. Gotta really watch. Get a lot of points for that. You gotta so watch the arc. Oh. That was pretty pathetic. And it's got two main stages too, which actually makes it really good fun. And it's a very good version of it. An underrated arcade game, which I did play in the arcades back in the day. Probably why I have such good nostalgic memories. I don't have any luck today. I must have used up all of my playing ability. Oh, that didn't hit me. Oh, I cry foul. Last life. Oh, I've still got 27 of the slots to go. That's the way. You really got to shoot that fire a lot. We're almost there. Yeah. It's enjoyable music, and it makes it more like, you know, more arcadey. Yeah. They block more. Oh. So we have one wolf up there pushing the rock. So this really is quite an enjoyable little game. More to it. Come on. Got him. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not doing very good, am I? Yeah, that's our bonus one. And as you can see, the game gets harder. Well, got me. Oh, I didn't get a too bad score. Alright, one more, gold clave, and then I better go make my kids some tea before they, you know, turn into cave dwellers or something. Now, I don't have gold clave for the MSX. But I do have it for the SG 1000. It is quite a nice little shoot 'em up. Bit of parallax scrolling. And you do have any. You don't just die. You have energy. As you can see, you got it. This is another game that's been somebody's homebrew brought it to the Coleco with the Super Game module. They said it is just a SG 1000 game. Oops. No reason why they couldn't have converted it for the normal Coleco without the Super Game module, if they had have actually written it. The only difference between the SG-1000 and the Coleco is the SG-1000 has 2K of RAM and the Coleco has 1K, so there's a little difference there. Other than that, same sound chip and everything. To power off that turn. Oops. Oops, and I'm dead. But we do get lives as well as energy, so that's good. I'll stuff that up. I'm losing it. Goodness with that. So it's not a bad shooter, so each one of these things moves your power up on the bar down the bottom by the number that it is. And you pretty much get one of those things per enemy you shoot. Does make things a bit easier once you get powered up. Better slow down. Oops, stop. Right. Lots of slow down actually. Energy left. Barrier bonus, no bonus, yes, because I've got no barrier left. No. I am dead. Alright, that's the end of the list, so that'll do for tonight. It is past 7 PM now, so I really should go and provide sustenance to at least my youngest daughter. I have no idea whether daughter number 3 is home or anything like that. She's also working as a nurse, by the way, so I have no idea of her schedule at the moment. Alright, this has been fun. I actually really enjoyed this live stream, and if I manage to survive preparing food for the younger ones, I may come back and put something else on and play it as well. But thank you everybody who joined me in this stream. Once again, it was good fun. I should do it more often. Alright, catch you guys later.